Shazam, Fear of the Gods review, thingy-majiggy. Hey, hello, hi. Anyway, basically, this movie, I saw it, and I didn't really, I was invited to go see it with people, and that's the only real, reason I saw it, because I wouldn't have gone to see it or going to be making this review if I wasn't, kind of, not forced, but, invited to see it. If I didn't have other people going to see it with me, I wouldn't have initiated the going to see this movie, because I had no interest in it. The promotional stuff made it look like, first of all, seeing the trailers and stuff and the TV spots on YouTube and ads for other movies and such, it all made it look like it was gonna be nearly as bad as Thor 4 comedy wise. So that made me just not want to see it. Good news is it isn't that bad by any means. Nothing could get close to how bad Thor 4 was. The comedy did undermine maybe 30% of this movie, which is better compared to other movies where it's more 70, 80, 100% undermined. But then if we go back 10 years to when movies were good and there wasn't humor undermining any of the movie, then this movie would be bad. But now that all the movies in this current time are bad, this movie is not quite so bad, if that makes any sense. Basically, the movie, it's not the most engaging. It just, there's three the villains are, old ladies. We see them in the thing, or one of them's not old, but that's the one that can't really act quite so good, but it's fine. There's three main, the movies, which is something so bad now that I have to think about things formulaically, because that's a sign of how bad movies are, that they have these certain amounts of fight scenes and stuff. There are three fight scenes, or three main ones, the Shazams versus the baddies, throughout the movie. And both of the first two was so uninteresting and so unengaging that they were nothing. They weren't very good at all. The third one was better. The third one was run of the mill, end of movie, Skybeam, CGI monster army, bad guy trying to get the thing to do the thing, good guy stops the thing, sacrifices himself, spoiler, pretends to die, but then just doesn't die, because, they always come back, so it's not a spoiler. There's nothing you could spoil in this movie. There's nothing you could say about this movie that would ruin the watching experience, because there isn't much of a watching experience. In the first, no one dies, no one of any significance whatsoever dies, nothing major moving forward, nothing happens, there's nothing really interesting. Going in the movie, there's nothing, everyone knows, DC's getting rebooted and stuff, so there's no point to see it going forward. But for the point of going it as a sequel to Shazam and just going to see this for the watching experience of this movie by itself, it's it's okay. It's a 6 out of 10 to me. It's it's more like a 5.9 out of 10. It's the same as Black Adam, I'd say. I'd say those two are the same. The thing is, Black Adam had Dr. Fate, who I really liked and enjoyed a lot, and this movie doesn't have a character that I really liked and enjoyed a lot. Freddy was probably my favorite. Yeah, I mean, he was the best. I didn't really care about anyone in this movie. I didn't feel any emotional attachment to anyone except maybe Freddy a little bit. And overall, the movie was just, like I said, a 5.9 out of 10. It was just slightly above average, and meaning the average of current day. We used to have things like Captain America Civil War, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Age of Ultron, Avengers 1, Thor the Dark World, which I really like, and you can't tell me it's bad, because think about Thor the Dark World, then think about these movies. There's no comparison. Anyway, the point is, we used to have good movies, and now all the movies are so bad that when we get one that's not as bad as the others, it makes it seem more like a 6 out of 10, when in reality, if this had come out 5 years ago, or 10, if this had come out free before Endgame times, at that time with good movies, then this movie would probably think of it as a 3 or 4 out of 10. But right now, comparing this movie to everything that's come out in the last 4 or 5 years, this movie's a 6 out of 10, because there's no all the Marvel stuff except No Way Home that's come out post Endgame has been absolute garbage, 1 out of 10s. I've seen all of them except I didn't see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which I'm sure is as bad as the rest. But so when you get this, which is a huge, no mistake, this is a huge step better than the garbage vomit Marvel stuff. But that's not saying much, because anything is. Like, what I'm kind of scaling this with is like any Marvel movie that I'm watching now, it will always have, every 5 minutes, there will be something that just reaches into me and just sucks me out of the movie and just leaves me feeling mad, angry, or sad at the movie. Not like emotionally, like the movie's making me feel that in a good way, like for the characters. Just making me feel that as, wow, this is a huge waste of resources. This is disgusting. This is cringy. This is awful. That's what Marvel movies do to me every 5 minutes. This movie, that happened to me like once. So compared to that happening to me like 20 times, that happening to me once in this movie makes this movie a world better. But like, so basically I'm comparing this movie to garbage and saying this movie is better than garbage. But if I were to compare this movie to a movie I like Thor the Dark World, which other people don't, but I like it a lot. I think that movie is very good. And I think that this movie is garbage compared to it. I think you compare this movie to a good movie, it's garbage. You compare this movie to a like actual garbage movie, and it's better. So yeah, it's a solid like 5.9 out of 10. There's not a lot to say. Like, if you watch it, then you'll see like, yeah, the nitpick thingies, like, yeah, this doesn't really make too much sense. But you don't even really care because it's not like that big of a deal. There's nothing to really feel about this movie. There's nothing to feel that it's really bad or that it's really good. It's just like a nothing movie that doesn't really invoke any kind of emotion. So, I mean, it made me feel a little bit like empathizing and feeling like for Freddy in it. So I guess that's a little something. But then, I don't know. It wasn't a great movie. It wasn't an awful movie. It was like a meh movie. Like, if you want to go see it, go see it. If you're listening to me telling you to go see it, I don't know. Probably shouldn't. I don't even know why it would be. But the point is that it's a meh to me. It's like like some movies are good, some are bad, and some are just, why did this get made, It's 1,000 times better than Ant-Man Quantumania, which is an absolute disaster. So, if you liked that movie, then I don't know why I can't really empathize with you or think about anything you're saying. If you actually liked Ant-Man Quantumania, then I think you'd like this movie a lot better because it's a world better than that. But if you like that, then I don't know about your mental capability, so I'm sorry. But basically, this movie is better than the Marvel movies, and it's probably decent compared to, other movies coming out now. Like, Avatar: The Way of Water made me feel kind of the same way. It was like a nothing movie. Like, technically that movie is probably, better than this movie. But they're both movies that just make me think, nothing really makes me feel anything. So anyway, that's the review. I think that it's like a 5.9, like a 6 out of 10, like a nothing movie. Compared to good movies, it's probably like a 2 out of 10, but I'm just comparing it to everything that's been coming out, like, recently. So that's the review. Bye.